Ladies and gentlemen, soldiers of Fort Campbell, please welcome an American original and longtime supporter of our military, Kid.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, or as we say up in Detroit, gobble, gobble, motherfucker. You know, I was gonna, if I could get some service. Now, poor connection. I'll show you this little AI thing, but let's see here, a couple things. I'm like, what am I doing? They're like, hey, just come up and introduce the vice president. I'm like, man, anything you want me to say? We don't know. And so I see a lot of faces here, and I'm kind of the old guy now. I'm 54 years old. And I spent a lot of time, and I don't say this for self-serving, around the world during the Iraq War and the Afghanistan War. I entertained the troops all over the world, and actually spent a little time away from home, which I know a lot of you will probably be doing this holiday season. Thanksgiving, Christmas, I spent 2 Christmases in Iraq and another Thanksgiving, and I only say that I don't think you understand sometimes how much you affect everyday people, not just by your service to our country, protecting us, and everything else that you do unselfishly, but personally speaking, my son was very young. I was a single father, and being away from Christmas that first year, I kind of sat him down, and it was one of the most important life lessons I ever got to teach him, which was, look, we've been fortunate the last few years. I had finally made some money. I said, to be able to afford whatever we want, I said, I've been asked to go entertain some guys and girls over in Iraq this Christmas. So we're not going to have a lot of presents this year. I'm going to be gone, but I'm going to go be with people who can't be with their families as well. And I think that's really the spirit of Christmas and the spirit of our country. And I'm proud to say he's 32 years old now, happily married, I have 2 grandchildren, and he couldn't come today because he's working. He has 2 jobs. So I just wanted to say thank you again, because it's people like you that I was able to teach him that lesson. Now also, like I said, I'm 54 years old, and I see a lot of young faces around here. And I was thinking on the way up here, I thought about the first time that I realized I was old. And I'd like to share that story with you, because make no mistake, everyone in here is going to have this moment. And it's a moment, it happens once. And it's probably 12, 15 years ago, maybe in my early 40s, I was in Malibu, California with a very, very good friend of mine. We're sitting in a little lunch spot, having a beer and having lunch. And this very pretty young girl came over, and she said, oh my God, Kid Rock. And she was with her friend. And she said, can I have my picture made with you? And I kind of, winked at my buddy. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. I'm like, yeah, Grandpa still got it, right? I'm like, and I kind of made a whole to-do out of it. I said, you know what, why don't we go outside, man? Get better light out there with the sun, this, that, and the other. So I'm standing there with these 2 very pretty young ladies, hamming it up in front of my buddy. And they were kind of nervous, and I kind of like to break the ice. And I said, so how's it feel to have your picture made with Brad Pitt? And my buddy, he's like, yeah, Brad Armpit. So I'm like, blah, blah, blah. We break the ice, take the picture. The young lady looks at, it was a phone at the time, one of those flip phones. And she looks at the picture and she goes, oh my God, my mom's gonna shit. And that's how I knew I was old for the first time. So, but that's it. I'm just here to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you tremendously for your service, especially those that can't spend it with your loved ones this year. Now I'm so proud to bring up a man who's also served in our military in the Marines. I know it's not a day for politics, but I do hope to call him our 48th president one day. It's so nice to have people like him who are just down-to-earth, normal in office. And I can't stress that enough, having been in and around politics quite a bit. And, I've been privileged to spend time with pretty much every president since Carter. Just a normal human being. Whether your politics align or not, he's just a good, normal guy. And I know he fights for all of us here. And like myself, I don't think it matters your political affiliation. We all support our troops, and we are, once again, tremendously grateful for everything you do. So